We are back in Yorkshire again. Welcome to another Cherry Adventures video. I know it doesn't seem very long since the last one when we were at the Beamish Museum for my birthday at the end of July. But it's now the very beginning of September and it's mine and Adam's 10th anniversary, and we booked this a long time ago. We kind of tend to book our holidays, so we've got things to look forward to throughout the year and we know what time to book off. Sorry, I was just shutting the door because I already broke rule number 1 of the place we're staying, but we are in a little place called in between Grosmont and Goathland in Yorkshire. We have visited Goathland before. It is the place where they filmed Heartbeat. Heartbeat is a UK police drama. It was set in the 60s. But I think it was shown in like the 90s. And one of the train stations here in Goathland was actually used in one of the Harry Potter films as the Hogsmeade train station. It's not the reason why we've come here, we just love Yorkshire, and it's a little cabin in a little forested area on somebody's private property. We found it on Airbnb, I will leave it linked below, but you park your car on the car park and it's a nice little walk down a wood chip path past the ponies into the hut. So now that we're here, I will show you what it's like in case you're interested in booking yourself. Adam absolutely adores it. Of course I do as well, but I always like to get his reaction seeing as it's me that usually books these things. But when you come in, on the little table is a list of rules and things. It's no shoe, so I've left my shoes down there. And another rule was please keep the door shut to not let wildlife in, and I just let a wasp in. Managed to get the wasp out, but there's lots of instructions in there on how to use the hob and the radiators and everything and where you can find things. Now this hamper is absolutely adorable. We have a little loaf, it's like a little bloomer loaf. We have some fresh eggs, an absolutely huge jam. Adam is looking forward to these very much. These are some Yorkshire flapjacks. This one is a Biscoff flavour, and then there's like a terrace chocolate orange one. These are really cool things for little hampers and baskets. And then we have some crisps. We also have our tea and coffee and everything over there. You get a sink, a hob, a microwave, a mini fridge, but no oven. So we've come here first, we haven't bought any food. We brought some with us, but we usually go out and buy food, so we know not to buy any frozen items that would require an oven. In here is the bathroom, which I'll show you in a second. Pan round to the bed, really nicely decorated. It's super clean, because obviously I've had to take my shoes off and I haven't brought my slippers in yet, and the floor is really clean. Pan round here to the gorgeous little snuggle chair and a little TV on the wall. But as you know, I always book these things for their location mainly, and we have yet another stunning view. There's a little table and chairs out there where we're hoping to eat breakfast. There is a fire pit down there. We have been given logs and kindling and lighters. And a hammock. I'm not sure how we undo that. I've actually never sat in a hammock before, but the hammock is for 2 people. I'm sure we'll try it out later on. But just check out those views. So much peace and quiet. And they've actually started building another one of these huts just a little bit further up the hill, so they will eventually have 2 to hire out. We are really chuffed with this one. We have stopped in a hut before and I ended up not documenting it because we had such a rubbish time, because the hut was full of flies, it was filthy, and it just was not a good place to stay. And I'm glad to report this one is much better. It's really nice, it smells lovely. And there's the little table. It looks like a little sewing machine table for 2, and it's super small, super cosy. Let me show you the bathroom. All the fixtures and fittings are really cute as well. I'll switch the light on. So you have a shower here. They said it is actually powered, the water comes from the spring, from a natural spring. So it can get a little bit cold in winter. But we've got the little sink and a little toilet. And it's all been nicely etched out there. Birch House Farm. And these are Birch House Farm lodges on Google Maps. here he comes with the the rest of the stuff. Now 4:30 and we've decided that even though we're going to go to Aldi and pick up some food, it's quite close to tea time, so we're going to treat ourselves to a fish and chips. Seeing as it is actually our anniversary today, and it is our 10-year anniversary, which is tin apparently, or tin/diamond, whether you're doing the new or the old version. But I've just punched in the nearest fish and chips.
What? But I haven't bought your diamonds.
You haven't even bought me tin either.
You're in the tin box.
So we just punched in the nearest fish and chip shop, and it's like a little fish and chip restaurant. I think it's called Eskdale Fisheries, so it's only about 11 minutes away, so that's where we're headed now. And then when we finish there, we're going to go to Aldi and pick up some things for the rest of the weekend, because we don't leave until Monday. So we're just going to pick up some stuff for sandwiches and some stuff for tea if we're in, because we're hoping to just try and make this one as cheap as possible, because like I said, we booked this a long time ago, way before there was even any sort of cost of living crisis. So we have brought our own tins of beans, we've brought our few own cereals, things like that, but we thought for today, because it's our anniversary, we will treat ourselves to fish and chips. What would you rate your local fish and chip shop out of 5?
3.
3. Yeah. It looked really cute on the outside. It had like a little conservatory, but Adam was just sweating buckets. It was really hot in there. You had pie, chips, mushy peas and gravy, and I had a small plate of chips and a sausage. But we didn't really get to sit and enjoy it much because it was that hot. It's like, God, just eat it and get outside because it was so warm. But it did only cost us, I think it was £21 for a regular meal. I had a small one and 2 cups of tea. Then we went to Aldi and picked up a few bits and pieces, and they had a B&M next door, so we had a little look round there. We ended up randomly, like we always do when we come away, with a random purchase of a kettle, because before we set off yesterday our kettle decided to break. So we've been boiling a pan of water on the stove, but obviously it takes a long time and you're probably using a lot more energy trying to do it that way. So we picked up a cheap kettle from B&M for £14, and then now we're back at the hut. Adam's just putting all the shopping away and all the bits and bobs, but you can tell on the way here it's just pure hills and lots of sheep. We've only been here a couple of hours and I've already seen sheep, ponies, geese, bunny rabbits, chickens. So I'm sure we'll see a lot more. A few people said they usually see deer and stuff walking about outside, but someone is happy as Larry sat out here with your cup of tea. It's a little bit chilly, so I've got my
I've got coffee.
Oh, have you got a coffee?
Yeah.
Well, I've got my cup of tea. Yeah. I'm also in my slippers and robe because it's a little bit chilly. Very quiet. When we stood out here earlier, we could hear the little train, couldn't we? So the North Yorkshire Railway line, I don't know what its official name is, but it's close by somewhere. We're just deciding which to have first. We're going to cut them in half. Which one do you want? You will have, I know you will want your Biscoff one, so we'll cut this one in half and try this one first.
I haven't eaten any first.
I don't even know what time it is, but it's still light, the sun's still coming through. We brought a couple cards that we've been given. So we've got 2 anniversary cards, and then my mum and dad, because it's a tin anniversary, got us this little tin of sweets, strawberries and cream. We call these nanny sweets. If it comes in a little mini tin, they're called nanny sweets, and you usually find them in the glove box of cars, and they even actually say on them travel sweets. You find them in glove boxes for longer car journeys. And then we have a tin that I got from Etsy. I just thought we'd be able to keep this and just put all sorts of bits and pieces in it, and then filled it with biscuits. So it was a tin of biscuits, and I always get a pin, whether it's a milestone or a holiday or whatever. and I picked this up from Etsy. It's there at the bottom, nickymcwilliams.com, or she is also on Etsy, and it is this little tin of biscuits pin that actually opens up and has mini biscuits inside, which I thought was really cute. I couldn't think of anything else, like there was just like either a tin of beans or a tin of biscuits, so that when we put it on the board we know what it symbolises, because if it was just any random pin we'd forget what it was for, so I always have to theme them. So this is a tin of biscuits for a tin anniversary. Adam's already eaten the second flapjack and he's on his second coffee. Enjoying the view still. It's just so quiet out here. We're up, it's 9:30 in the morning and we decided to go for a walk today, but I've just spotted these geese that have just run to the edge of the path and I don't think they're penned in, so no, so we're just going to have to try and slowly walk past them without them attacking us today. They're like that, worse than guard dogs and things. It's a tad bit windy this morning and a little bit cold. I checked the weather before we came and it was going to be in like the 21, 22, and I thought, oh, that's going to be quite warm, so I packed like dresses and play suits. It is raining a little bit and it is a little bit chilly, but we're going to carry on because I didn't pack a coat, Adam didn't pack his pyjamas. We also forgot to pack what they called sandwich bags to put the sandwiches in, but luckily the hut had plenty of cling film and tinfoil, which saved the day. And we didn't bring a butty box either, so our 10-year anniversary tin that was supposed to be like kept special for trinkets has now become our butty box for the day. But this is a nice path we're on. We're only came straight out of the hut down onto a track. The hut is at the top there, Adam says. I can't see it because I ain't got my glasses on. But it's all nice and green down here. We have found a walk online between Grosmont, which is where we are now roughly, just a couple of minutes away from the village, to Goathland. Not sure how long it's supposed to take, but that's our plans for today. It's only been 15 minutes and we've took a wrong turning already, and we're going to do the walk completely backwards instead, so we're actually going to head to Grosmont first instead of Goathland. But I hope we're going the right way now. Probably a bit weird to film other people's houses. But how cute is that house? That's a little mint coloured one and a little pink one next to it, and then there's a little blue one. That is adorable. Look at that pink one. You don't like this high bridge, do you? We're currently on our way to the engine sheds, I think, is down here. And Adam being a big train fan, we're going to go and have a look. The tunnel's a bit creepier than we thought. It's actually quite a long one. And we just passed a board to say that it was horse-drawn carriages used to come down here. I literally can't see the floor. I can see, just about see my trainers on the camera, but it's really, really dark. We are up in a workshop viewing area. There's people down there working on this train, and inside a cute little gift shop. Oh, they're that small, the camera can't even focus. These are insanely tiny. Like, that's my finger. Look how small they are. It is only 10:20. Somebody's hungry already, so we're going to be eating dinner at 10:20. We've got some corned beef sandwiches and we are sat at Grosmont. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, I don't know how you say Grosmont. But we are at the station. Track is right on the other side of there, and there's the station just across the way. I finished up here, started the ascent up the big hill. Apparently it's known for being very bad on hills on the way out, but this is where we were, just down there at the train station. And now we're heading to a rail trail, I think this one's called, through a gate and off to Goathland. Saying though, innit? How now, brown cow?
Yeah.
I've not seen...
How now, brown cow?
I've never seen a brown cow. There's a cute little brown cow. There's a few like black ones and like a golden colour, but I've not seen cows like that before. Who knew? Brown cows. This is a fab little walk so far. It's just nice. One track, sometimes it widens up and you go over bridges and you go through a bit of farmland, but it's pretty much a one track thing. You can't really get lost, which is what we like, and the scenery is absolutely amazing because, like I said, you get to see open grass, you get to walk over little rivers, you get to see train lines, little cottages. Is that your watch talking?
Yeah.
And Adam's watch is giving us an update of how long it's taken us. I know this walk is a little bit niche because you have to be in North Yorkshire at the time and near Goathland, but honestly I will leave it linked below if anybody's interested and is going to the area soon, because this is such a good walk. You're loving it, aren't you?
Nice flat, easy walk to climbing a cliff.
It's not too bad, it's a bit rocky. We have come off the main track now and we're heading towards something called Thomason Foss. I don't actually know what it is, but I'm hoping it's impressive because we have come off the main track to go and have a look at it, and then we come back down obviously this way and rejoin the path, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a waterfall, I don't know. We are really, really high up. We've just climbed. It's really, really far down and deep down there. We got to the top and the rest of the train line's here. It looks like we're heading back down again.
I think we end up going around.
Are we going over there?
I think so.
Very long, very difficult detour. There was a little waterfall at the end, but it was full of like the locals all climbing up some very dangerous rocks and jumping off into the bottom, screaming at the top of their lungs. So I just filmed it and put it in silent, in the clip in silent. Not worth the detour. It was very difficult, very muddy, very wet. Some of the path had eroded away, so it was like you had to do a different...
Make your own path.
a little detour, but we're now back on track and making our way to Goathland because Adam's very thirsty now. He's drunk all the drinks and it's very, very, very hot. We made it. This is the land of the sheep. This is where sheep are just wandering around wherever they like. I think there's usually more in the centre, but we're gonna round this corner and this is where you'll find Aidensfield Garage, gift shop, tea room.
And Nick Berry.
Nick Berry. We're not in Goathland anymore. We went into a tea room first and Adam had a grilled cheese sandwich and I had, what did I have? A pasty. I had a pasty and a cup of tea. Then we hit the gift shops next door. There's roughly about 5 gift shops all in a row. And we managed to pick up an Aidensfield post office pin, which was only 50p. What is that? It's a train! I don't know if you see it. I don't know. Oh, there it is.
We walked under the bridge.
That's got wooden things in. What did we do then? Then we walked down and had a look at the station. That's the one that was used in Harry Potter, and we heard the man in the gift shop telling another woman it's been 22 years since that was filmed. That blew my mind that it's been 22 years. But then we walked back up the hill and found another tea room, because there's 2 tea rooms. The first one that we went in wasn't the best, and the second one we tried was a lot better. It had a big garden out the back. Lots more stuff on the menu, and we stopped there for a cake because Adam had a massive slice of lemon drizzle cake and I had some carrot cake, and we sat in that garden for quite a while. We were just lounging, taking in the breeze because it was quite warm, and now we've set off on the return journey. at, what time is that? 20 to 5. So we've been out all day since 9:30 and we've still got a long way to go. Like I said, we're stopped at Goathland, so we've got to get all the way back to Grosmont, which is roughly 2 to 3 hours walking. So we are on our way. We found some nice little pathways, the one that we've just been under. We've been under the train line and we've just crawled back up the other side. So you can just see the line through the trees there. I'm gonna have to get the phone out again to see which direction. It's just stopped, so we need to just figure out where we're going next. I haven't actually got much battery left now. I've got very minimal battery and not much space left on the card. But we were having a big long chat about what we would do if we won the lottery. Well, I'm sure everybody has these conversations. What would you do if you won the lottery? And because I don't think we could just sit and do nothing, we would have to still do something. We decided we would build our own little holiday park. that's a bit like the Airbnb we're stopping in. So lots of like little lodges with really nice views, exactly the sort of places we stay in. And we would have alpacas for alpaca walking. And Adam would have a mini railway that took people around the whole holiday park, and he'd go through little tunnels and go over ponds, and he could design his own little railway system and be his own little driver on a mini railway. So most people would probably spend their money going on holidays and sitting by pools or on fancy jets. Adam would be driving a mini train and I would be looking after alpacas. Just found the cutest little table selling, what's it selling, milk? Let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look what they've got. Not that we can buy anything because we don't have any cash, but...
Yeah, we do.
Oh, do we? Do we have cash? Vases. I thought it was milk. They're vases, unless there used to be eggs in it, and they've all gone. Don't know. That was random. I weren't expecting to see vases in it. Yeah. Anyway, we're just up in the fields, and we found that. We've just come through this field and come through this gate, and I think the farmer uses this gate because as soon as they heard this gate click, they all came running and proper buying their heads off.
Buying their heads off. Bleating.
They were all bleating really loud.
Buying their heads off. Bye.
We can see the hut. 8.5 hours since we left it. Cannot wait to get in. We're in. I've had a shower. Adam is currently in the shower. Got a nice cup of tea and we have F1 on the TV. We actually got stopped today because Adam wore his F1 t-shirt today, and we got stopped by someone who spotted the t-shirt and started talking about F1 and who they thought was going to win today, because I think it was qualifying today and the race is tomorrow. So he's got this on the telly, which he was going to enjoy in a minute. I'm probably going to edit some pictures that we took today on my phone. We're going to make some tea, which we've just bought pasta. We've got pasta sauce, so that's probably what we're going to have. More cups of tea and just chill out for the rest of the night. I'm going to put my pyjamas on and possibly sit outside as well, because I did bring a blanket with me just in case.
It does mean nothing.
Good morning. We're at Whitby. We've just been sat in the car for about 20 minutes trying to sort the parking out, because it's one of those that's either cash or an app. You couldn't pay with your phone.
Or your card.
Or your card. You just had to.
It's got a card machine.
You're only allowed to pay with an app or cash, and we don't very rarely carry cash anymore, so it took 20 minutes for the app to work, because it's like you forgot your password, then it wouldn't send the verification text through, and it just took a very long time. But we're done, we're paid. We've been to Whitby a couple of times before, but we really like it here. We said we really hate this car park, but we really like Whitby itself. We can see the Abbey from where we're walking. So it's up there at the top of the hill. We're far away. Oh, this way. But yeah, they just have lots of little shops to look around, and it is like the home of the goth, because they have goth weekends, like little festivals and things, and it's also the home of Dracula as well. this ship wasn't here last time, it's actually a bar and grill. You can have drinks on the top deck, so there's lots of chairs on the top deck, and they serve pizzas and paninis and sharing platters. But how good is that? Weren't here last time, were it?
No.
There's absolutely all sorts going on today. That little boat going past is a pirate trip boat where all the crew are dressed as pirates. There is some dancing going on down there, some music. This is a bridge across to the other side where you can go up and see the Abbey, and we're on the other side, so you've kind of got like shops on this side and you can cross over and do the shops on the other side. So we're going to do one half first, and then probably have some dinner and then cross over and do the other half. We are back at the hut already. We've already done Whitby before, and we just couldn't walk anymore. We were certainly not attempting the 199 steps up to actual Whitby Abbey. We've been up there before, but today it just wasn't happening. We're both completely dead. Limbs, muscles, they've completely gone. We've only just made it down the path back to here, and I'm just going to sit here and not move for the rest of the night. I think we haven't had our little fire pit on yet, so we might try and doing that tonight, seeing as we're going to be in. It's about 3 o'clock now, so it's late into the afternoon. Adam's gutted because we were planning on going to a little shop in Whitby called Humble Pie for tea, and it's his favourite shop, and they sell different flavoured pies with mash and gravy. So we're hanging around a little bit, but we couldn't hang around long enough, could we? No. So no, we're too tired, we need to come back. So Adam's just made us cups of tea. Thank you very much. We have our little Biscoff sticks. We were really good, we didn't buy anything, we didn't go in to eat anywhere, so we saved a bit of money there. You just bought your floral gums. Found a big sweet shop where they were £1 a tub, so I got some floral gums. And we're just going to sit here and do absolutely nothing. But we were greeted this morning just outside here with deer, weren't there? About four deer, like a little family of deer. I don't know where they've gone now, they're long gone. But we're just going to snack, drink tea and rest. We're on our probably 3rd cup of tea for the afternoon, and a nice big stodgy bowl of pasta. What, 4th tea? 4th tea. And a yummy pasta. Here he is, getting his fire ready. Have you got your big logs from under the stairs? And there you go, that were easy enough. You look like a little bug. Adam has just gone in to watch his F1 race, and I am on fire watching duty. I have to run in and tell him when it's going out so he can come and save it. He has a little jiggle stick, which is his little twig that he's been jiggling his fire with. But I'm going to catch up with the kids as well in a minute, because obviously the kids are not on this trip. We haven't done a trip without them for quite a while. But it's really rubbish because our anniversary is obviously the 2nd of September, which means it's right when school starts, college starts. So Kai's first day is actually tomorrow for college. He's all sorted, he's got his bus pass and everything, he knows how to get there, he's been there before. So he should be absolutely fine. He is the one looking after the house, and Abby is stopping with my mum. She had her first day back at school on Friday, which is a bit ridiculous to go back on Friday and dirty an entire uniform for one day, but she's been back, she's got her timetable. She's been stopping with my mum, and then she goes obviously back to school tomorrow as well. We've got one last day tomorrow, this is our last night. So we thought we'd finally get the fire going and test out the hammock. He said it's actually quite good when you're swaying in it. But I think the plan is to go to Robin Hood's Bay tomorrow. That's one of my favourite places to visit, just because of all the little windy streets and how tiny the houses look. It's just like a really interesting place to look round. We probably won't be there long, and then we're going to drive to Pickering because market day in Pickering is on a Monday, so I've no idea what to expect. I think we might have been to Pickering before just to catch a train, but I don't think we've actually looked around, so we shall take you along tomorrow and see what we can find. But I'm just wrapped in a blanket. It's not actually that cold, it's just when it's a bit windy it can get a little bit cold, but just relaxing and having a chilled night. We don't usually have them when we go on holiday, as you know. So it's nice to actually take the time out in an afternoon and just spend the whole afternoon in your accommodation, which is super easy to do if you've got accommodation like that. 5 stars for this place, really, really good. I am a massive fan of secluded spots, so if you have been watching me for a while, or if you've watched the other vlogs, like the holiday ones, you'll know that we stop in places where there's literally nobody else around. So we stopped in the little castle. When we went to the Beamish Museum, that was just the little castle on a hill on its own. When we went to Wales, we stopped in that caravan. God, I'm getting a bit smoked out. But we were in a little caravan in the middle of a field with nobody else around. And that's the kind of thing I like. I like seclusion. Like when you go on your days out, when you go to Whitby and things like that, and it's so busy and crowded. I've had my fill of people for the day. I can go out for the day, do all that, and then when I come home I would just want to be with my own people. And just secluded and shut off from everybody else, just to chill and relax. And that is specifically what I look for when I'm looking to book an Airbnb or anything like that. So if you know of anywhere like that, please leave them in the comments. I will be sure to check them out. Not that we're going anywhere soon, we won't be going on another holiday now till 2023 because we have Disney World at the end of this year and there's just no way we're going anywhere else. But yeah, to plan ahead for late 2023, we might do a few more UK stays. So if you know anywhere where it's nice and secluded, let me know. I'm hoping this camera will pick it up instead, because I keep trying to take photos of this amazing sky and it's coming out orange on my phone, but it's actually really pink and purple. But it's 8 o'clock now. I think the F1 is on for another hour. But whilst I've been sitting here, I spotted an owl. There was a barn owl that flew from behind this bush and into these trees. But I haven't seen him since. It was pretty cool to watch though. But the fire's gone out. I'm now back on my 6th. And Adam is in there standing watching his telly. We're all done and packed up. We don't have to be out for another hour yet, but we thought we'd get it all done. The instructions were to like strip everything, pop it in a laundry bag, leave it on the porch, and then just wipe everything down. So I finished wiping everything down and the last thing to do is wipe the handles on the way out. But it looks like it's going to be a scorcher of a day. It absolutely chucked it down last night, so everything is actually wet. But it looks like it's going to be a very warm day. And the deer are out again. You can just see them through the trees over there. And we've had a little bunny rabbit at this side somewhere. Don't know where he's gone. That's it. All done. Just walking down the path. Trying to be quiet, not to scare the deer. Say goodbye to the ponies on the way past, but we are actually really struggling with our legs today. That 8.5-hour walk has absolutely killed us, and our calf muscles are screaming. Just even getting up from sitting down or lying in the bed. We're going to be struggling today. If you've never been to Robin Hood's Bay before, there's one thing you should know, and that is the hill on the way down and the way back up. Obviously, the steeper it is on the way down, it's going to be a killer on the way back up, and you can either go this way or there's a road down into the main town, but they're both just as steep. Here it is on the way in. This will take you straight down into the centre of Robin Hood's Bay, but my god, it's so steep. It is stunning though from up here. You can see all the sea. It's full of tiny little streets, exactly like that one, with holiday lets. People also live here. There's little tiny gift shops, souvenir shops, art galleries, and they're all really tiny. It does seem quite quiet today. It's 10 o'clock on a Monday, but so far we haven't run into too many people. Mini toy shop. They are super tiny, super cute. Dinosaur and fossil museum. Then right at the bottom of the hill, you end up at the end of the line, which is the sea and Coast Guard station. It's only tiny, not much place to stand down there, but that's the end of it. Obviously back at home now, well, back at work. After we left Robin Hood's Bay, we did go to Pickering. There wasn't much to film. I filmed some clips and they just weren't worth putting in. But we got home on Monday night and I jumped straight back into work again. So I got all my emails done, I got my baking done on Tuesday, and it is now Wednesday. So it's straight back into getting a cake ready to deliver for Friday. So this one is a very short turnaround. But I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget, I will leave everything linked below that I talked about, and I'm actually going to start filming again today, ready for another vlog to show you the behind the scenes of the making of this cake, so you'll get to watch that very soon. See you then.